Hey, hello, everybody. Hello, hello. We are live once again here at Girl Upcycled Studio. I am doing a 30-day live challenge, so I'll be live every single day at 2 o'clock here on YouTube, and I'm also streaming over on Facebook at the same time. And I'm going to be doing a different project each day. So sometimes you will find an art project. You may find a DIY paint project. So it's going to be fun, and I hope you guys can join in and hang out and see what's going on. Let me see if I can see the comments. Hi, Suzanne. Hello, Linda. Can you hear me okay? I am using my earbuds as a mic, so let me know if it sounds better than normal. I'm hoping that it helps. So you can let me know. And of course, if it's not better, let me know too. So I'm kind of learning my way. So yesterday we did our DIY live was, we took this, hi Michelle, we took this old lamp and we did this paint finish on it. This is what it turned out to be. Everything, is the sound okay? Okay, good, wonderful. So I wanted to show you after it dried because when I left you yesterday, this was still pretty wet and I was kind of using kid gloves to paint it and to handle it. But as you can see, it turned out really, really pretty. You can see all the colors just faintly underneath. And I know that it may not be showing up quite as well for all of you on the camera, but I will take some close-up pictures and I'll be posting the finished picture of that. So it did come with this lamp, and this is what it looked like when I got it. Now, I'll do a Anthropologie hack today. I found a really, really pretty lampshade, and it has hand stitching, and it's just beautiful colors. I love the vibe. And so I thought we would just kind of recreate that look and that feel. It won't be exact, of course, but we're going to kind of recreate that feel with using paint. So first of all, what I wanted to do was change the base color of it because these two colors I don't think are too good. So I'm changing it to this really pretty soft yellow, which is called cake batter. And I mixed my cake batter with a product called liquid patina. And what that does, the liquid patina is going to act as a textile medium, okay? Thank you. Hello, Judy, and Michelle is here, and Debbie. Debbie, can I see you? I can't see you. No, nope. We're not on a dual. We're just doing a one video thing here. Hi, Karen in Florida. How's your weather? So I'm going to set this just out of the way. Okay. And let's see. I would use quite a bit. I was just checking the textile medium to see how they mix theirs. I mixed quite a bit of the patina for the textile medium for mine. Let me change my camera angle just a smidgen so we can get started. I went ahead and got started on this because, let's see, let me push this forward. It's not going to work. There we go. Okay. It's a little bit difficult. I'm just running this through my computer rather than through my phone. So we need this up a little bit higher, don't I? What can I put this on? Let me grab something just so I can get it up a little bit higher for all of you, so you can see. I don't know. One of my baskets. Let's see if this works. Is that better? A little bit. It'll have to work. Oh, yeah, I can see your text. Yeah. I thought you meant, can I see you, your face? That's so funny. Hi, Kathy in Philadelphia. How's the weather? Okay, so see the difference in the color? So I'm going to take it to this really pretty soft yellow, and I need to turn it. And I am using my Paint Pixie chalk brush. I do sell these. That's the one I'm using today. And I have my liquid patina mixed with my paint. And I actually used quite a bit of patina on this one. So I probably have about 3 parts color to like at least 2 parts patina. Okay, so, and then I put a little bit of water, I just sprayed in it too. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to kind of wet your fabric down a little bit. And the reason we're doing this is because we just want a nice thin layer. It's going to freshen it up. It's going to clean it up. Like I said, I've had this lampshade for quite a while, so it was kind of, it's old. It needs spruced up. And we're just going to let that soak in really well. Okay, so I've got my paint pretty watery between the patina and a little bit of water. And then I've sprayed my lamp with water as well. So it's going to give you just a real thin coverage. Now, the paint's pretty highly pigmented. This is DIY clay-based paint. It's very highly pigmented, so I don't have to worry about losing all of the pigmentation. I mean, it's going to cover really well. Let me take my glasses off. I notice it has a glare. Hopefully I can read. So you can see how well it covers quickly. Now you could, if you wanted to, let me just go around the edges with my little brush here, my little artist brush, just a little angled, get that little lip. If you wanted to, if you are worried about having a steady hand, you could just put some paint around the little beading. If you had beading on your lampshade and you didn't want to get the paint on the beading, just put some painter's tape over it and you'll be fine. But I love the color. It's nice and soft. I didn't want to go with anything extremely too dark because it's a lampshade and I didn't want the light to be too filtered. And then when I found this, the lampshade on Anthropologie's site, I was like, oh gosh, that's so pretty. You guys, the lamp is $158 on Anthropologie. So this is, I mean, it's a great place to get inspiration and recreate it. You could use this with the IOD stamps if you wanted to, which I thought about doing. But I have some more lampshades that I'm going to be making. I have 2 more that need to be finished. So I will be doing some more lampshades at some point, maybe next week. It seems like the lampshades sell really well and they're hand painted, they're unique, all that good stuff. Hi, Teresa. So I am taking requests though. So since I will be live, I'm doing this 30-day challenge. If you have something that you're curious about as far as finishes go, projects, artwork, whatever, let me know, and I'll see if I can put it on a little demo on the agenda. And it'll be every day at 2 o'clock Eastern time. I'll be going live. So we'll see how I hold up. Speaking of holding up, I meant to make myself some coffee before I started because it's Monday. It's still Monday. I'm happy that at least I know what day it is right now. I think doing this challenge is going to help me remember what day it is. Debbie is asking, can you get the same result using Big Top with your paint? The Big Top is a hard coat, so this is a softer coat. This is not, um, this acts more as it's kind of a glazing medium. The liquid patina, by the way, and this is the liquid patina. It has multi-uses, okay? So maybe I'll do some lives and during this challenge, and I'm going to show you maybe some of the different ways that you can use the patina. I use it most generally as a glazing medium, okay? Now, if you do use it as a glazing medium and you live in a place that is very hot and humid, which Ohio is in the summertime, it's very humid here. You need to dilute it with a little bit of water so that it cures a little bit harder, okay? So that's just a little tip about using this as a glaze, but you can mix this with any of our colors and create a glaze with it. So I'll do some demos on some of the different ways you can use this. This is also a transfer medium. I haven't used it a lot in that way. I don't really know why I haven't used it that way. I guess I just don't do a lot of transfers, but I did get a request and questions on that yesterday. It is also a top coat. This is not as hard of a top coat as the Big Top. So Big Top is going to be a harder coat, and it's also a little shinier than what this is. So this is actually is supposed to be. It's supposed to give you the look of kind of like it's been waxed, but it hasn't been. So it doesn't have quite as much sheen. So it is called all-in-one because it does all of these multiple things. So it's a transfer gel, it's a top coat, a decoupage medium. You can use it with fabric as a textile medium. So it's kind of a cool thing. So I feel like this was covered pretty well. I went ahead and started on this, so we weren't, so we could get onto the painting of the flowers. You can see it's starting to dry a little bit here. So you want to make sure, let me just make sure I see a couple little areas. I want to check it real good before I start painting my flowers. If you wanted to, you could do a couple of thin coats on yours. Now, if you wanted to, you could totally just do one single color on a lampshade if you wanted. This is something really, really quick and easy to do to change either the look of your own lampshade, or if you're at a sale, or something of that nature, like a flea market, or you see something that has good bones, what I call good bones. So like the shape of this is actually pretty good, right? Has a little fringes on it, which are pretty cute. But it had a stain on it. It was paint, and I couldn't get it off. Sometimes I use this while I'm painting. So evidently I must have gotten something on it and didn't know. But anyway, so I wanted to cover that up, and I just wanted to kind of was looking a little dingy looking, so I just wanted to freshen it. So you could just totally do that with one color. I was thinking about doing an ombre finish on this, and then when I saw the flower lampshade, I was like, oh, I gotta do that. Okay, we have another question. Also, what are the ratios? How much paint to how much patina? I would just do this um, with the clear patina rather than the Big Top, and I would go about Well, this one I probably used quite a bit. I didn't measure. I'm really bad about measuring. Hi, Matthew. Really bad about measuring, but I probably went almost half and half this time. So I went a little bit more than I should have, but you shouldn't have to do that. You should use about, I would say, 3 to 4 parts color to like maybe 2 parts of 3 parts of, wait a minute, I think I have that backwards. You want to use more patina than color, so I said that backwards. Okay, so make sure you use um, like your higher ratio. So if I do 4 parts patina, then I would only want to do like 1 to 2 parts of my color. I'm sorry, I said that backwards. I was getting confused. I was confusing myself. What would you use when you paint a hat? The same thing. And I'm going to paint a hat probably tomorrow. So you'll get to see me do that. But I would do the same ratio. You want to make sure you're using more patina than your color, okay? Same thing when you're doing furniture. I'm using more of my patina and a little bit of the color to tint it. You're basically tinting the medium. I'm just tinting this because this is clear, so I'm just getting enough color. Because there's so much pigmentation in the paint, it pretty much holds the color very, very well. Okay, so this is cake batter that I used, and I think we will go ahead and start painting over top of it. And let me see if I can show you a picture. Oops, hold on, of what I'm going to try to duplicate. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, here we go. Hopefully y'all can see this. You guys see it? This is from Anthropologie. So pretty. That is all embroidery, okay? Stitching. So those of you that, if you do embroidery, you could almost, you could paint on like your base colors. Then you could go over it with the stitching if you wanted to too. You're gonna have a little time into it. So I won't be doing that, but I am going to try to just kind of duplicate this look and this feel and the vibe, okay? And I thought it would be kind of fun. So hopefully you guys can, hopefully you'll give it a try. Let me get my other plate out. Let's just get this out of the way. Sewing machine today, painting tomorrow. Awesome. Yeah, I thought you guys would love that. Okay, so let's get my colors out. So think about your home, whatever your room is that you're redecorating, and think about like what colors you want to use. Even though I'm using this as inspiration, I can change up my colors however I want. So just keep that in mind. I will be using a little bit of pink and white, pink, white, and peach. I'll probably put some queen bee on there. I do like the colors that were used in the original, but I will change it up a little bit. Oh, thanks, Matt. Matt is a local musician. He needs to come in and play some music for us sometime while I paint. That would be way cool, huh? You'd have to play your original stuff, Matthew. They tend to shut, for copyright, they tend to shut down if not, which would be cool. So this is Old 57. I have Kissing Booth. I have Queen Bee. I have Old 57 I'm using. We're going to need some greens. Let's do, see what this one is. I'm not sure if it's Fancy Farm Girl. Let's do, I've got a little bit of Apothecary I'm going to pull out. If you use patina with paint to stencil or paint on t-shirts, can it be washed? Yes. Nope. That's why I'm doing these lives, Debbie, is to answer questions. And I'm trying to come on here more often, doing this challenge so that I can offer that to all of you. Since we have so many that are home during quarantine, and so many of you are working on projects, you're working on things at your home because you're home so often. I thought it would be a great time to do this, and that's why I'm here. So if you have questions about anything right now, by all means, just let me know. Let's do a little bit of coral. And I don't have my white yet. So we do offer the 8-ounce sample sizes, which are perfect for small decorating projects. It's also perfect for using for your artwork, okay? So you don't have to feel like you have to get the great big quartz or the pints, okay? The 8 ounces are perfect for that. And because it's so thick, you can thin it down if you need to. Okay, what else? I still need white. Where's my white? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Like it's hiding from me. It was right in front of me. That you look for your glasses and they're on the top of your head. I know you don't do that, do you? Neither do I. Nah, I don't do that kind of thing. Let's get some white on here. I'll just put that in the middle. That way. So I'm setting up my paint, just so you know. I don't know if you set up your paint palette this way, but I've got my white in the middle. I've got my warm colors on the one side. I've got my cool colors, which would be your blues and your greens, on the other side. And I've got my white right in the middle so that I can pull into that from the middle if I need to dilute any of the paints with the white or anything of that nature. So I'm going to use the paint pretty watery, if that makes sense. And I'm going to go ahead and add, I probably have way too much paint on here. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of patina to all of this while I'm at it. Hi, Jill. Debbie says she has 2 lamps from Goodwill needing shade. Yep, there you go. And honestly, probably, I'm just eyeballing this, you guys. I'm not really, I have a little bit of paint, and I'm probably putting like a teaspoon of the patina with the color. I probably have way too much mixed up. So you do want to be careful of that. I tend to waste my paint sometimes on these projects. So one thing you can do if you do have too much paint, you don't want to waste it. I always have an extra canvas sitting around that I'm working on, like with the intuitive art, where you can just throw that leftover paint on and it gives it an extra layer. So that's just an idea. You do find yourself using too much paint. Okay, I think I'm just going to mix this up as I go. And let's give it a good little squirt. I don't want it running. Okay. And I've got some round brushes. I might need to grab some more brushes. Let me grab some more brushes. I don't have my art brushes here. I do have one that has an angle to it. It's a 1-inch angled brush. I have a round brush. It's a number 10. Let me grab another size real quick. I grabbed more than one. I do really like the ones that Dion sells. She has a line of brushes, and I do carry them. I only have one set left, though, you guys. I do hope to get more in. They are made here in the USA, but they're very nice. So I'll probably use this one. This one is made a lot better than the other. And then I've got a round number 10. This is Master's Touch. I tend to like big brushes. I like big brushes, and I cannot lie, okay? And this is a number 8, Filbert. Has a nice rounded. And then this is a 12, I believe. Yes, and then another round. This is a round 12. This one has a nice point on it. So whenever I'm doing any kind of artwork, florals, anything like that, I like to make sure I have something that I can get a nice point on. Okay. All right. So we ready? Let's go ahead and get started. Let me see. This is the back here. That means this is the front. So I want to start. Make sure you look at where you're going. Looks like I missed a little. All right, so let me, if you want to, now if you're not comfortable just starting off and painting, you could always use some chalk and lightly chalk it out, okay? And I think I'm going to, if I look at this painting, it's it kind of has, I think it's almost looks like an artichoke. Can you see it? I think I'll start with that center artichoke kind of looking thingy and then work from there out. And so I'm going to be using a little bit of my cowgirl coral. And I might mix just a tiniest touch of kissing booth into that. Okay. And this is the middle. And I'm going to start it about right here. Starting it is the hardest part, guys, right? And I know you're not going to be able to see, are you? Need to think about that next time. So we got kind of these spiky looking things, and we have like this rounded looking thingy. Rounded. So what I'm doing is I'm using my brush to kind of get this started. I'm going real thin at the top, and as I come down on that petal, I'm pushing my brush down harder. So when I push my brush down, it allows my brush to widen. So therefore, your paint will go wider, right? Okay, so there's that. And then You almost have like a little bit of, just need some light pink. I do not have, we have a really, really pretty petticoat pink color, and it's across the room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to reproduce that really just soft color just by using a little bit of the kissing booth mixed with vintage linen, and we'll make a really pretty soft pink. That's the inside of the flower, and that's what I'm going to put inside. I love painting on fabric, guys. If you have not tried it, you need to give it a try. You could paint on any kind of denim. You could paint on any kind of pillows. Make your own curtains for that matter. Are you expecting kissing? Are you expecting kissing booth and cherry picked in sample sizes soon? I I do have those in, don't I? Wait a minute. Cherry picked might be gone. I don't see. The answer is yes. Anything I'm out of, I replenish immediately. Okay, so the answer is yes. I have a really large quantity of paints that I keep here, and I am trying to carry more of the 8-ounce sizes just because I cater to a lot of artists now. So I am trying to carry more of the smaller sample sizes so that we can supply them. What are the differences in the different DIY whites? Um, so White Swan is just a really beautiful, fresh white. It's a fresh, clean white. Beadboard is more of a stark white. Vintage linen has a little bit of like, I don't want to say gray, but it has just a little bit of a tinge to it. Um, so yeah, they're all beautiful and I use all of them. And what I tell people when you're using the whites, unless you have it up against another white, you sometimes can't even really, uh, you can't really see a big difference in the whites. So I kind of always tell people try not to overthink. Don't overthink it with the whites, but they are all beautiful and I use all of them. I kind of just, if I don't have one, then I use the other because I like them all. Gosh, guys, I feel like you guys cannot see me paint very well. Is your pointed round brush from Master's Touch? Some of them are Royal and Langnickel. I use that a lot. I use Royal and Langnickel. I use Master's Touch, and I have Dion's brushes that I use quite often. So those are kind of my three go-tos. Okay. Thing is I can't see if I have it turned. I'm gonna have to think about this the next time I set this up, guys. Huh. So hopefully you can see a little bit. Is there a specific white you were looking for, Regina? So this is kind of like the main flower. So I kind of wanted to get this started first. This would be so pretty with some stitching around it, though. Those of you that are seamstresses, wouldn't it be cute? Okay, I need to pull this in front of me just so I can see it a little bit better. Almost looks like it could be a sunflower if you wanted it to be. Don't think that's what this is per se, but it's more of one of those little artichoke looking flowers. Just curious about the differences. Yeah. So, yeah, one's more stark, one has more warmth. So, there's a little more warmth in the white swan. It's just a little warmer, a little more of the gray toned white for the vintage linen. And then beadboard is just a stark, kind of more of a stark. Camera from behind you. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I don't know what I could do. I guess I could move my chair over. Would that work? But then I can't, then I wouldn't be able to grab my paint. So I have to set it up like that tomorrow, maybe, is what I'll have to do. And then you'll be able to see my big old mess in the studio, huh? But if you don't care, I don't care about that. That is the challenge that I'm having lately, now that I've been using my laptop rather than my phone. It's harder to do the angles, right? A little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Actually, I think I'll just use the back of my brush is a great way to put in the perfect. Everyone has messes. Mine are special messes though. So you want to use the back of your brush. This is the best way to put in little dots. You guys probably already know that though, because you're pretty smart. You're pretty clever. And if you want it like different sizes, like I said, you can push down harder. If you push in a little bit harder, that's going to make your little polka dots a little bit bigger. And if you just barely push down, then you'll get the teeny tiny dots. One of these days, Miss Lauren, one of these days, I'm going to figure out how to do like a multi-camera kind of thing. Wouldn't that be neat? So that, you've seen some of the artists do that. I haven't figured out yet how they do that exactly, but I'm going to figure it out. It'll only get better, so, right? Okay. So that's kind of where it's looking. And I'm going to go ahead while I'm, whoops, in the white. And I'm going to add just a touch, just a little tiniest touch of peach to the white, just to warm it up a little bit. And then I'm going to outline what we just did. And I guess if you wanted to get really, really nitpicky, you could make it look like little stitches if you wanted to, but I don't have that kind of time today. But you could totally do that. Okay. Okay. So let's just kind of go around and outline this a little bit. I hope this looks okay. It's kind of hard. I'm working upside down. Oh, your sister's in Gallipolis. That's not very far. Gallipolis is not. I think isn't that near? I think is that near like Dayton? And thank you so much. I wonder if you could do a dual live with your biz page and your personal page using Zoom or StreamYard. Ooh, Heather, you are one smart cookie. I don't know. Good question. Very, you just smart, smart girl. Am I wrong about Gallipolis? I know it's not far from here because we've been on the road before, and I remember passing that. I remember that name. You can do it, Heather, with StreamYard. Really, I can do multiple angled. You guys see, I'm just learning. I just got StreamYard, so I don't know yet. Like I said, it's only going to get better. That is my goal, is to get this all figured out. I watch some artists that do the like some of them have like 3 cameras. They'll have like whoever's helping them on a camera, and they'll have the angle on a camera, and then they'll have their face on a camera, so that it is kind of weird. Sometimes you feel like you're not talking to anybody if you don't have somebody to, like, if you don't have a camera to look at, you feel like you're talking into the air sometimes. Did y'all have a good Mother's Day? That's worth a group test. Yes, I'm telling you. Those of you that are in my Creators Club, tomorrow we will be doing an abstract floral. It's going to be the with the turquoise flower base, the one that you all have been asking about. That is what we will be doing tomorrow. We will be probably doing it like around 6 o'clock tomorrow. Sorry, guys. I think I'm getting notifications. My mama's trying to get a hold of me. Let me just double check and make sure she's okay. Oh, it's audio. Okay, I won't be doing that. Hopefully she's okay. I worry about my parents. Okay. All right, let's speed this up. I'm getting stuck on this flower. But anyway, the outlining of it kind of like, see how it just kind of makes it pop a little bit, the flower. Makes those little leaves pop. You had the best Mother's Day. I'm so happy for you. Mine was pretty good too, I have to say. Pretty darn good. Okay, so let's do I'm using white, and I'm just gonna make little tiny brush strokes. Like I said, I'm using this picture as a guide. It won't be exact, but I think you'll be able to tell. I'm using white as the base of this. I don't know what kind of flower this is I'm painting. I'm going to go over top of it with a little bit of that pale yellow, and I'm going to do it while it's still wet. Oh Lord, sorry. Let me. Okay, that's my mother. I'm going to send her a message real quick if y'all don't mind, and just make sure it's not an emergency if you're all okay. Hi, Shayla. How are you? Oh, I will certainly do that. I'm actually going to do a series of owls pretty soon, Shayla. It's my neighbor, my friendly neighbor. Hope you're all doing well, Shayla. Sorry about this. Let me just, you know how it is. Just want to make sure she's okay. If it's an emergency, then I'll have to go, and hopefully not. Mom and dad first. Yes. Amen. Yes. Yeah. They I stopped by yesterday and took mama some wits. I just didn't get out. I didn't get out like I normally do to do the flowers. I usually get flowers, but she loved it. And then my dad was able to. I took him some wits too, so he was happy. All right, so this is what it's looking like. Whoops. There we go. That yellow is really looking pretty against the coral. It's really giving it that kind of salmon kind of a color, isn't it? She's typing. She has trouble typing. She has RA and pretty bad, and she's had a lot of trouble. It's hard for her to type a little bit. Oh, no, it's no emergency, so that's good. All right, so and then I'm going to take a little bit of my kissing booth, and I'm going to put in some little details here. I swear it's going to look like an anthro. Look like an anthro when I'm done. Those of you that are seamstresses, this would be a great project, like I said, for you to add some stitching into this. You could paint most of it on because that would take like forever to stitch, which is probably why the Anthropologie one is $158 because it's probably every bit worth it because you can tell it's a lot goes into it. Okay. So that's that. Let's try to follow the pattern here that they have. Got something kind of pinky here. I don't know what it is. You do want your paint to be rather fluidy, flowy. You want a good flow. I really enjoy painting flowers. It's very meditational, if nothing else. This is what it's looking like. And then I need a little bit of pink. Let's just add, I'm going to add a little touch of blue on here. And I'm going to add that to my pink, and that's going to change the shade of it. So a lot of times you don't have to buy a completely different color. If you learn how to mix your colors, you can kind of, yes, it's a protea. Yeah. Yep, that's exactly what that is. Um, I always think of this when I worked at Longaberger. We had um, a guy that arranged flowers, and he put those things in everything. And he'd be like, "Okay, now we just need a protea. We just need a protea." I don't know if he said tia or tea. A protea. You know what it needs? It really needs a protea. You could say that all the time. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot that. He was funny. Kind of drove us crazy though. Like, if I see another protea, I might just go a little nuts. So he was funny though. All right, so I'm mixing up a little bit of blue inside color a little bit. Yeah, he was a hoot. Little hoot. Like, I'm gonna protea you. Like, I just need some daisies, dude. Okay. So the way you're gonna get like a really nice depth in your flowers is by adding different tones of warmth. So even though I have pink flowers that I'm using, I'm going to add red. I'm going to add red down there on those red on the pink flowers, just to give it a little more depth. Okay. Let's see. I'm almost at an hour already, guys. I'm going to trying to keep my lives to like an hour, but I might go over a little bit. Are y'all okay with that? If not, you could catch it on the replay or speed through. I will try to have this set up differently tomorrow so that y'all can see a little bit head on. How about that? Okay, let me see if I can show you what I just did. Can you see the depth that just added with the red? Lauren says yes, go over. Okay, then I will just keep going and keep painting. So we want a little bit of, I'm going to use my next color is going to be some apothecary. And tuck some apothecary in here. And it's just going to look like some greenery. I would love for you guys to, you're welcome to look up online and look at the design that I'm trying to recreate. So that would be kind of fun. That way you can kind of tell what I'm doing, right? and doing the best I can. It's a little difficult doing it a little backwards here. So this is kind of new for me. I know many of my friends do a lot of the challenges, the live challenges, but this is the first time I've done this. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. My studio is kind of in there's multi businesses within my building. And so we have a lot of events that go on here and a lot of different things happen. And so I don't always get the chance to. So I just thought this might be a good time for me to give this a try, right? So that's why I thought, well, I'm just going to do it. And I was listening to Debbie Beard. She was talking about she's been doing her lives every day and she's really enjoying it. And so she's like, you guys should give it a try. So she challenged us, and I was like, challenge accepted, my friend. Anthropologie, yes, you will love it. If you've never been to Anthropologie, oh my gosh. So, just to tell you guys a little bit about my background, I used to work for the Longaberger Basket Company, and we did a lot of special display work. So that would include displays in the stores, exterior photo op displays, fun stuff. But one of our go-to places for inspiration was Anthropologie because they have just some top-notch display work. I don't know if you all have ever noticed their windows, but they're just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So let's see. So if you've never looked at anything Anthropologie, you want to make sure you check it out. It's pretty good stuff. So I'm just going to put some little marks on here, kind of like the little stitching, I guess. Recreate that texture. Um, I am using, I believe I told you Fancy Farm Girl, but I think this is Gypsy. Or I'm sorry, I think it's Fancy Farm Girl, and I told you Gypsy. So it's a little bit brighter, which is fine with me. I told you backwards when I started. I'm trying to give you some close-ups of the greenery that I'm putting in. I think it looks kind of similar. Pretty good. Okay, let's do some queen bee. Good to have some queen bee in here. So this flower is kind of going to be easier, I think. I'm just putting this. Queen bee is a really kind of bold mustard kind of a tone. I use it a lot in my artwork, by the way, Queen Bee. I'm going to switch over to my smaller brush, and I'm dipping it in white, and then I'm dipping it into a little bit of Queen Bee just so it's not stark white, but I want it to be a little lighter. And then I'm just going to try to outline. Actually, I'm going to get a little more white on there. I forgot my background was yellow. Do a little outline. Let's turn this real quick. You want to keep that point on your brush while you're doing this. If not, your brush is going to get really wide on you. I'll show you what I'm doing here in a second. Okay. All right. And another yellow flower down here. So I want to, while I'm using the yellow paint, you kind of want to stay in that mode. It's just kind of fun and playful, isn't it? I don't know if y'all looked up the flower. It's a playful little piece. Like I said, it's $158 is what the cost of that was. So you can paint this yourself in one afternoon. Let's see, I need orange. I need fire starter. Here it is. I need some fire starter for this. Nice and bright. Fire starter is a really bright yellow. Can you guys still hear me okay? My earbuds just beeped. So I don't know if I'm losing. Let me see. Oh, this probably is not going to tell me. Hopefully you can still hear me. I don't know why it beeped, but it did. Okay. This is going to pop pretty good. You can still hear me? Because I don't know what is going on. It sounds like something's going on with my earbuds. So if something happens, gang, just know that I will be back tomorrow at 2 with another project. We'll probably be doing some of the painted ball caps. catch the replay? And let's just do a little more. Let's see, I think I want some more green. If you guys lose my sound, please let me know so I am aware. Okay. Let's see. Let's add some more greenery. I'll paint for a little bit while longer. I doubt I'm going to be able to finish this whole thing with you guys today. Might go over on Instagram and paint a little bit. I haven't been over there in quite a while. That might be a good idea. I was going to keep this, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll sell it. I don't know. Changed my mind quite a bit. But I'm liking it so far. It's very fun and bright and playful and all of the stuff, isn't it? Okay, let's do some white, a little bit of green. I'm gonna mix white with a little bit of the mixture that I made of remember the blue with the pink? And I'm gonna mix a little bit of that up. We're gonna do this. I think this is Queen Anne's lace. It's real pretty. It has like little scallops. Ashley, you must be at work, aren't you? Chicky. Nice to see the local faces popping in. And she is also a member of the Creators Club. So just kind of do the best you can. I mean, I feel like you can tell what this is. Boy, the white's really popping. Okay, and I'm going to dip into some pink and white. Kind of a soft pink. Make sure you can get a point on your brush. And make sure you get a point so that you get a nice little arch. My sound still okay, gang? tomorrow we'll be painting a ball cap. It'll be, it's a purple ball cap, so I'm probably going to need to do, you know, accents. Something's going to accent that purple really nicely, like some blues and all that stuff. Yep. Okay, thanks. Looking like the picture. Thank you. Well, that's good to know. I was trying, like I said, if you know what you could do too? You could probably get like, I don't know if they still sell like that little puffy paint, like it puffs up. You could probably do a little bit of accents with something like that that gives it a little bit of 3D kind of look, right? I'm thinking that might work. Hardly see the pink, can you? Maybe I should make it a little bit darker. A little bit darker. Okay, look at okay. I'm going to go right in with my bold pink, my kissing booth. I'm going to use it full strength. Well, with it's got the liquid patina mixed in it. And I'm going to just use the back end of my brush again and put in the little dots on the very tip ends of flower. I'm hearing beeping again, guys. What the heck? Looking like, okay, thank you. Thought I missed something. Just go right in. It's the best way to make little dots. Okay, let me look at it straight on for a second. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Okay, so let me show you. Whoa, hold on, this thing's getting on my nerves. Let me just move this. Let me show you a close up of
Okay, that's definitely what was happening. My earbuds just went dead on me. Okay, so this is what it's looking like, gang. I think I'm going to work on it a little bit more. Maybe over on, probably do a little more on Instagram or whatever because I've gone over. I'm already at an hour and 15 minutes. So if you all want to kind of see the finished look, I will make sure I get a finished picture for you because I feel like I'm keeping you on here too long. But that's what it's looking like. So you can think about ways that you can do this. I know I hear all the time people say that, you know, I don't feel like I could paint myself. You could totally do this using stencils, stamps, anything of that nature, okay? You don't have to feel like you have to do this by hand. You could even just, what could you do? You could even trace. You could get something and trace a design on here and get your base, the lines, like your line set up, and then just kind of color it in. Okay, so Diane, I just gave you some great ideas that you could totally do. Okay, I will be trying to, I want to do a lampshade with some of the transfers because I watched Debbie do it last week and it was beautiful. So I will be doing some different things like that. But thanks, Teresa. So this is where I'm at. I will put the finished picture up, but I did get it, halfway done. So if you're looking at this is the front of it. And I'm just going to work a little more around the bottom, and I'll probably do a little more greenery or something around the front. But I don't think I'll go around the entire thing, but you want it when you're painting on a lampshade, I would just do the focal area, do a nice something there on your focal area. So thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And again, I will be back tomorrow at 2. If you are on YouTube or if you have not subscribed yet to YouTube, you want to go to Girl Upcycled Studio, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you turn on the notifications, because every time I put a video up, it will give you a little notification that there's a new video to watch. So if you do not enjoy the live videos, then you could just simply watch my edited videos, or you could just watch the replay and you can fast forward and look at all the highlights and the high points of the videos. Okay? All right, gang. So I hope you give this a try. If you do, let me know how it turns out. And again, if you have ideas of things that you would like to see here on YouTube, things that you want to learn, please, in the comment section, you have to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the feed and you'll find a comment section. Make sure you give me some recommendations on what you want to learn and what you want to see, okay? Because this is all about you and what you want to learn. So we will see you again tomorrow at 2. Bye, everyone.